By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where to look for your first clients, what to say, and most importantly, how to get your foot in the door as a newbie freelancer. And before we jump into the actual places that you can find clients, let's talk mindset for a second. Because here's the thing, if you're a beginner and you're looking for your first clients, it's easy to start feeling overwhelmed with where you should even begin. Maybe you've already spent hours on freelance platforms, or you sent out dozens of cold emails and still, well, nothing. All of that is about to change. Let's start with the most obvious option, freelance platforms. Websites like Upwork, Fiverr, freelancer.com are where a lot of beginners manage to get their first clients. Now, the appeal of these platforms is pretty clear, right? You create a profile, set your rates, and start bidding for jobs all in one place, or even better, have clients come to you directly. It's technically kind of easy, right? But here's the thing about freelance platforms. They're crowded. Thousands of freelancers are competing for the same gigs, and many clients are looking for the cheapest option, not necessarily the best one. So, while you can absolutely find clients on these platforms, it's going to take more than just setting up a profile and hoping someone finds you, which in fact is exactly what my next video is going to be about. So make sure to subscribe for that so that you don't miss it. Now, your freelance profile matters, and it's the only variable you can control on places like Upwork and Fiverr. So if you're a writer, for example, create a killer portfolio with a few solid pieces. If you're just starting out, even a blog post or a personal project can showcase your writing ability. The more specific you are, the better your chances of standing out are. Think about it. Clients see dozens of generic profiles, so you need to make yours pop. So don't just list what you can do, show how it can solve problems for potential clients. Also, one more thing, start small. You may need to accept lower paying gigs initially to build your reputation, but trust me, this is part of the process. A few solid reviews and a good looking profile will open doors to better opportunities down the road. Now, my first 6 months freelancing on Fiverr, my prices started at $5 and I was averaging around $3,000 a month. Fast forward 3 to 4 years and that average is now normally anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000 on one platform alone. Now, it definitely won't happen overnight, but if you put the time and effort into it, then there's nothing stopping you from achieving the same. Now, let's talk about social media. Yes, platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, and even Instagram can be fantastic ways to find clients. And no, I'm not talking about just posting your services and hoping for a DM. Social media is about building relationships. It's not about just shouting, "Hire me" at your followers. You have to show up, engage, and offer value first. Let's take LinkedIn, for example. Now, you can start by engaging with content in your niche. Post your thoughts, share articles, and comment on others' posts. This is how you can build a professional network organically. Now, yes, it could be slow, but after some time, you'll see the benefits pay off. And when you build these relationships and position yourself as someone who genuinely knows what they're talking about, clients will naturally come to you. Now, if you just start sending cold connection requests and pitching your services, you're likely to turn people off. However, saying that, I get emails and DMs every day from freelancers who want to be my new editor or thumbnail designer. And some of them I've given a chance to. But for a lot of them, their approach is just wrong. It tends to either be very basic and unprofessional. Some of them decide to take the approach of insulting your content and telling me what they'd do better. Or ones that I've actually given a chance to, I've waited a week for a thumbnail design and had to actually chase them up. So honestly, you can try the DM route, but make sure you have your workflow and strategies in place first before trying to win clients that way. Now, going back to social media and how you can stand out. Now, if you're a graphic designer, for example, share design tips or trends and start interacting with others in the design community. Eventually, someone will recognize your expertise and reach out for help. People buy people they trust, and social media is the perfect place to establish that trust. Plus, without it, I guarantee even your close circle of friends will have absolutely no idea what you do. This next one is often overlooked. your existing network. And that might not sound glamorous, but it basically just means your friends, family, and your acquaintances are a goldmine for finding your first clients. Now, you'd be surprised how many people you already know need freelance help. Maybe your aunt needs a website, or your former classmate runs a small business and needs help with their marketing. So, start by letting people in your network know what you do. Again, social media is a great way for this. Plus, referrals from people you know tend to have a much higher conversion rate. It's much easier to land a job when someone is already familiar with you, even if you haven't worked together yet. Personal recommendations hold a lot more weight, and if your friends or family know that you're starting a business, they might be happy to send people your way. Now, let's talk local. You'd be amazed how many freelance opportunities are available locally, especially if you focus on small businesses. Now, yes, their budgets may be smaller, but they tend to have a lot less loopholes that you'll need to jump through compared to bigger businesses. Think about local restaurants, cafes, boutiques, or service-based businesses. These businesses often don't have in-house teams, so they turn to freelancers for help with things like social media management, website design, copywriting, and just other things. So, start by researching small businesses in your area. Now, if you're a designer, maybe their website needs an update. If you're a writer, maybe their blog is a bit neglected. Offer your services in a way that's personal. Maybe even walk in and introduce yourself. Sometimes a face-to-face conversation is all it takes to seal the deal. One thing that I've done in the past and it's worked really well is when I sit down at a restaurant or a bar, I'll take a look through their social media, and within seconds, you can normally tell if someone is looking after it for them or not. Now, if it looks bad, then I'll start asking the waitress or waiter some discovery questions purely to find out some more insight. Then the next step after that is to approach the owner and sell yourself and what you can do for them. And don't just think of businesses that are directly related to your niche. Even businesses that may not seem like an obvious fit could need your services. A local coffee shop might need some help with content marketing or a new website design. A yoga studio could be looking for someone to create a newsletter or a promotional video. The trick is to ask questions, listen, and see where you can offer value first. And a lot of the times, businesses don't even realize they need freelance help until they hear about the value that you can provide. So there you have it. 4 places to find your first freelance clients as a beginner. But here's the key takeaway. You need to be persistent. The first few clients will always be the hardest to land, but once you build that momentum, it does get easier. And if you're wondering where I recommend starting, then it would be with freelance platforms, because you can open your laptop right now and start building out your profile. And honestly, depending on the service you provide, hitting $1,000 in your first month should be easily achievable if you do things right.